It is Crossroads League tourney time, and that means March Madness is nearing. And we start the madness here tonight with a rematch from last Wednesday's contest for a home court advantage in the Crossroads League tourney. It was the Saint Francis Cougars who got the best of the Grace Lancers to host this week. Welcome into the Hutzel Athletic Center here, everybody, on the campus of St. Francis. I'm Hunter Sosenheimer. I will be calling your play-by-play. Excited to be here for this matchup as we have two outstanding squads. It's the number 4 seed, the St. Francis Cougars, taking on the number 5 seed in the Grace Lancers. The Lancers come into this one at 500 on the season, as well as 500 in a Crossroads League play. They sit at 14-14 overall and at 9-9 in Crossroads League play. Should be an outstanding matchup here. St. Francis comes into this one at 17-10, 8-10-8 in a Crossroads League play. These two squads are very familiar with each other as they both just played about a week ago, where St. Francis picked up the victory 54-50 in what was an outstanding matchup. Julia Mantilla led the way with 16 points. Chloe McKnight came in with 14, and Taylor Fordyce with 8 points for St. Francis. Meanwhile, for Grace, it was Kaylee Patton who led the way with 14 points. Maddie Ryman with 13, and Kate Rulli with 11 there for Grace. Both these squads have played a game since then. Last Saturday, St. Francis went on the road to Spring Arbor University, where they did pick up a 74-58 win, a huge win for the Cougars, coming on back-to-back wins. They picked up Isabella Gizzi had 14 points, 4 of 5 from beyond the arc. Ali Madden with 16, Chloe McKnight with 10, and Taylor Fordyce with 10 off the bench for St. Francis. Meanwhile, for Grace, in their last outing on Saturday, they picked up a 64-60 close win over Mount Vernon Nazarene University to maintain the 5 spot, where Maddie Ryman led the way with 16 points, and Kaylee Patton had 14 there for Grace. So both these squads, as I mentioned, very, very familiar with one another. The last Crossroads League tourney for St. Francis last season, they picked up an opening win 65-53 over Spring Arbor University, and then took a very tough loss in the semifinals 95-76 to Indiana Wesleyan. Meanwhile, for Grace, it was a win against Taylor 61-46 in last year's quarterfinal, and then took a 68-49 loss against Marion there in the semifinal of the Crossroads League tourney. And it was Marion and Indiana Wesleyan who went on to play in the championship contest last season. So we will go ahead and take a look here at the bracket for the Women's Crossroads League tourney. It is Marion taking on Goshen. The winner of that one will await the winner of this contest. If Marion were to win, whoever wins this contest will travel to Marion, but if Goshen comes away with the upset, the winner of this one will host Goshen next week. Meanwhile, Spring Arbor and Huntington on the bottom side of the bracket. Winner of that one will take on Indiana Wesleyan. Those games set for Friday. Looks like they're both 7 p.m. tips, and then the championship contest is set to take place on March 4th. There, wherever the higher seed remains, will host that championship contest. And so we are about 1:15 away from the prayer and a national anthem here at the Hutzel Athletic Center. Excited to be here for this contest as we're starting the postseason here on the Crossroads League tourney. High school sectionals beginning around the area too, and across the United States as well. So should be an outstanding time here for this contest. So we are going to go ahead and turn it on over here to our PA announcer momentarily for the starting lineups, introductions, and the national anthem. You are watching St. Francis Women's Basketball Crossroads League tournament action here live, presented by the St. Francis Cougars Network.
Saint Francis, and like the darkness of our heart, give us the correct faith and send up for charity. Amen. Please remain standing for playing the national anthem.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Starting lineups in the books here. We are set and ready to roll for the Hutzel Athletic Center. For Grace, it's number 2, Morgan Hawk. Number 3, Maddie Ryman. Number 10, Kenzie Ryman. And number 21, Peyton Murphy. And number 34, Kaylee Patton. For the Saint Francis Cougars, it is Emily Parrott, Isabella Gessie, Chloe McKnight, Julia Mansella, and Allie Madden. We are set. This is a Crossroads League tourney quarterfinal here from the Hutzel Athletic Center. And it will be Allie Madden and Kaylee Patton set to jump in. The Cougars in the all-white unis with the blue and black trim. Meanwhile, Grace in the all-black unis with the red and white trim. And we are underway. St. Francis wins the tip to start the contest. And they will move it here on this near side. Ball movement being done here early by the Cougars. Mansella now with it on that far side of wing. The dish down to Madden. Madden, double team brought to her. She's able to get it off to Mansella. Nice move there. Puts up a shot. Nicely done off balance. Julia Mansella gets the first points of the game. And so it'll be Grace who will bring it up ahead here across the half-court line. So on this near side of wing, try to dish it off. There to Morgan Hawk. Back at the top of the key. Look there far side. Try to get it off to Maddie Ryman. And that one is poked out of bounds. It'll be an inbound. We'll stay here on this end with the Lancers. 14 seconds left here on the shot clock, as it'll be an inbound here for Grace. As they're able to get it in here to Patton, who will have it now, guarded by Madden. She'll drive down low, and an offensive foul is called on Kaylee Patton to start this one. Nicely done there by Julia Bansala to get over and set her feet and draw the offensive foul, and so possession will go to Saint Francis. It'll be Parrott who will bring it. It looks like a 2-2-1 full court press look here for the Lancers to start this contest off the inbound from Saint Francis. It's Parrott who will look on that far side of wing. McKnight back up top here to Parrott. She'll go back to McKnight on that far side. Skips all the way here across court. Gizzy look down low. Madden with it now. Kicks out up top. Mansala now going to look to drive. Kicks here near side. Gizzy launches a three at the shot clock buzzer and hits it. Isabella Gizzy starts the scoring on from beyond the arc there for St. Francis, out to an early 5-0 lead. St. Francis, a tremendous squad from beyond the arc as Mansala gets the block. Cougars starting hot here early. It's Parrott who will bring it up ahead for St. Francis. With it now here at the top of the key. 8:15 left to go here in our first quarter of action. Gizzy to Parrott here near side. The look to Mansala. Dish over top. Nice find. Allie Madden gets the bucket. And so 7-0 lead here for St. Francis early on that far side. Looking to go baseline. They'll skip it all the way here near side. Ryman with the dish. Now off to Maddie Ryman with it here on this near side of wing. Kicks out. Murphy back to Ryman with it up top. Skips far side to Patton. Now into the hands there of Hawk. It's a foul. It's going to be called here on St. Francis. It'll be on Emily Parrott. That'll be her first and the team's first of the quarter. And so an inbound will come here for Grace as the shot clock resets to 20. And so an inbound here for the Lancers. Murphy, the dish here on this near side. Maddie Ryman now with it, guarded by Gizzy. Able to get it off here to Murphy. She'll drive down low, couldn't get that shot to fall. Box out there by Patton, rolls off the fingertips of her and goes out of bounds. It'll be an inbound here for St. Francis. Be Parrott who will bring it up ahead now here for the Cougars. Still a 2-2-1 full court look here for Grace. As Parrott has it here at the top of the key. Far side to McKnight, now up top here to Gizzy. Parrott with it here near side. Mansala skips cross court. Open McKnight 4-3. Couldn't get that to fall. Madden able to tip out the board though, and she's able to corral it herself. McKnight now with it on that far side of wing. Dishes all the way across court. Mansala out extra pass. Parrott over to McKnight. Far side. 9 seconds on the shot clock. She spins and it's knocked away. It's Ryman who will bring it the other direction here for Grace. Splits the defenders. Nicely done there. Maddie Ryman gets the bucket to start the scoring here for Grace. Parrott will bring it up ahead. Looks like almost a 3/4 court look on the 2-2-1 here for Grace. And they force another turnover. Quickly up the floor. They dish off here. Ryman, the drive, couldn't get it to fall, but she is fouled. And she will head to the line now to shoot a pair. Emily Parrott will pick up the foul. That's going to be her second and the team's second of the quarter. And so it'll be Taylor Fordyce, the freshman, who will come on to replace her high school running mate out at Carroll High School, Emily Parrott. Kenzie Ryman at the line to shoot a pair. 4.5 points per game here on the season. A 68% free throw shooter. Hits there on the first. She is a junior out of Warsaw, Indiana, Warsaw High School. Not too far here from the Hutzel Athletic Center. As she hits there on her second, so gets them both and makes it a 3-point game. Gizzy will now have it to Fordyce. Madden back to Gizzy with it on that far side of wing. Skips to Fordyce here near side. Goes all the way across court to McKnight. Double team brought to her. Fordyce now look to Mansala at the free throw line. Out to McKnight. She'll launch a three. Couldn't get that to fall. Rattles in and out once again. And the board comes down now here for Grace. Quickly up the floor. Skip here near side. 3 ball on the way. It's up and good. Drained there by Kenzie Ryman. And so Ryman with 5 straight points here for Grace to tie it up at 7 apiece. Fordyce to McKnight. Back up top to Fordyce. Skip here near side. It's Gizzy with it. Fordyce now to Madden. Gets it back out to Gizzy. The look down low to Mantilla. Fordyce will launch a 3. The freshman couldn't get that to fall. And the board comes down now here to Maddie Ryman. Quickly up the floor. She'll dish off up top. Murphy now looking to drive. Tried to dribble handoff there. Faked it. And she goes around the defender. Goes up and gets the bucket. And so a 2-point lead here for Grace. 5 minutes left to go here in our first quarter of action. Mantilla now with it here on this near side of wing. McKnight back up top now here into the hands of Gizzy. Back to McKnight. Far side, thought about the 3 instead. We'll skip up top. Fordyce going to get called for the travel. And possession will go back to the Lancers. And so it'll be Kenzie Ryman to bring it up ahead. She'll skip on this near side now to Maddie. Patton dishes it off. They go to that far side. Skip to the top of the key. Murphy, the look down low. Nicely done there. Kaylee Patton gets the bucket. And so a 4-point lead now here for Grace as Fordyce. Up ahead now to Madden. Gizzy, extra pass now here. Mantilla with it. Back to Gizzy here on this near side of wing. She'll skip far side. Ball movement being done here early. Trying to break this look here by Grace. Dish down low. Fordyce up top. 3 ball on the way. It's up and good there for the freshman Isabella Gizzy. Her second triple of the night. Murphy dishes it off. Now to Kenzie Ryman. Patton to look up top. Dish, extra pass here near side. 3 ball is no good. And Murphy had a look there underneath to take that one up. And instead, Ryman misses the 3 ball, and it's possession now with St. Francis. Gizzy, the freshman, with it on that far side. Leading point scorer in the last contest here for St. Francis. She'll get it back, skips up top. McKnight, extra pass back to Gizzy. She'll launch a 3. The freshman couldn't get that to fall. And possession comes down now here for Grace. As it's Ryman, who dishes up top to Patton. On this near side, Ryman with it. 2 Rymans on the floor. Kenzie with the lighter hair look. Meanwhile, Maddie with the black hair look. So if you're trying to fix them out, we'll get that hint to you. As it's Gizzy who comes away with it. She'll get it back now at the top of the key. Here for St. Francis. Far side to McKnight. Thought about the 3 instead. Ryman was able to get to her. Madden now with it. Gizzy up top. Mantilla. Here near side, ball movement being done here by St. Francis as the 3 ball is hit there by Chloe McKnight. And a timeout is going to be called by head coach Jeremy Henney for the St. Francis Cougars. It's the 32nd one. We'll step away. You're watching the Crossroads League quarterfinal here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Back here live from the Hutsville Athletic Center as it is the Lancers with the basketball. Down 2 here in our first quarter of action. As Kate Ruley checks into the contest here for Grace. As the jumper is good there from Morgan Hawk. Reagan Pate comes in here for Julia Mansella for St. Francis. The outstanding three-point shooter here for the Cougs. As McKnight to Gizzy with it at the top of the key. Skips to Pate here near side. Gizzy, far side to McKnight. Extra pass now for Dice with it on that far side of wing. Gizzy back up top. McKnight watches a three from the volleyball line. No good, and a shot clock violation is the call. So possession will go to the Lancers. Here with 1:35 left to go here in our first quarter of action. Tied up here at 13. Crossroads League quarterfinal. Winner of this one will take on the winner of Goshen and Marion. We'll have those score updates for you at our halftime break here from the Hutzel Athletic Center. As a three ball is launched there, no good. And board is tipped down. Madden comes away with it. It'll be Fordyce. We'll bring it up ahead now here for St. Francis. As head coach Jeremy Henney in his second season giving instructions here to his squad. Looking to try to get them deep into this Crossroads League tourney as Madden couldn't get that to fall. That's last touch by Grace. And so possession will stay on this end here with the Cougars. Chloe McKnight will check out of the contest. It's Carly Culberson who will check in here for her. Culberson, the outstanding junior here for St. Francis, providing some great minutes on the bench here for head coach Jeremy Henney and St. Francis. As it's Madden with it down low. Skips to Gizzy. Shot clock down to 5. Fordyce, the cut. Out here on this near side, Culberson got to get off a shot, and it's knocked away, and a shot clock violation is called, so possession will go back to the Lancers. Substitution into the contest here for St. Francis as Julia Mansella will come on and replace Allie Madden. It'll be an inbound here for Grace. And so there's going to be a 4.5 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock, as it'll be Maddie Ryman who will bring it up ahead now here for Grace. With it just across the half-court line. She'll make Gizzy come out on her, and Gizzy will do so. Shot clock now down to 10. And Gizzy going to get called for the foul here on this near side. And that's going to be her first, team's third of the quarter. And so 9 seconds left on the shot clock. As I think their shot clock is going to come off here. And so it'll be 13.5 seconds left here to go in our first quarter of action, as that foul from Gizzy puts the shot clock at 0. Ryman the drive. Culberson rips it away, and they're going to call that last touched by the Lancers. And so St. Francis will have possession with 6 seconds left to go. Check it. They'll call a foul on Grace, as it's an inbound here to Fordyce. She'll get it ahead. 3 seconds. Fordyce running the floor. Off glass, gets the finish there at the buzzer. And it is a 2-point lead here for St. Francis at the end of one. You are watching the Crossroads League quarterfinal here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. back here live from the Hutzel Athletic Center. A 2-point lead here for St. Francis. Out of our quarter break, it'll be Grace with the basketball here to begin quarter number 2. The lay-in from Taylor Fordyce with 5 seconds on the clock. Just hustled up the floor and was able to get an easy lay-in to give St. Francis the 2-point lead. But Grace erases that here early, and the second quarter of action to begin it, as that is Morgan Hawk who gets the bucket for the Lancers. Gizzy will now have it up top. Culberson, far side off to Mantilla. Thought about the jump shot, instead going to kick here near side. Pate will launch a 3, couldn't get that to fall. Culberson tipped the board out, and right to a Lancer as they come the other direction. Ryman will launch a 3, couldn't get that to fall. Gizzy knocked it down. Fordyce able to keep it in bounds here for St. Francis, and she'll bring it across the half-court line. Pate up top now to Culberson. Dishes it off to Fordyce, out to Gizzy. Extra pass back to Culberson at the top of the key, and she'll launch a 3, and she hits it, but a 3-second call is called down low on St. Francis. And so possession will go back to the Lancers with 8:45 left to go here in our second quarter of action. It's Ryman who will have it and move it here to this near side of wing. Dishes it off up top, and a foul is going to be called. It'll be on at number 21, Peyton Murphy. And so an offensive foul called on Grace, and that's her first, team's first of the quarter. And so it'll be St. Francis now with possession as Gizzy to Pate on that far side. Skip here near side now to Culberson. Dish off to Fordyce, far side of wing. Back up top now here to Gizzy, the freshman, with it already 2 triples on the night. Fordyce, the freshman, trying to get it back here near side, and it's poked out of bounds there by Hawk. And possession will stay on the scent here with St. Francis. Kate Ruley will check back into the contest here for Grace. And Chloe McKnight and Allie Madden will check back on for St. Francis as they replace Fordyce and Mantilla. And so a very, very young squad here for head coach Jeremy Henney and the St. Francis Cougars, only graduating Reagan Pate and Fatima Valente. So they'll look to try to make some noise here in the upcoming years with the youth. They have a lot of sophomores and juniors here on the roster for Coach Henney, a few freshmen as well. And so the look down low, Ruley goes up, and contact is made. Foul is going to be called. It'll be on Allie Madden. That's going to be her first, the team's first of the quarter. And so that's going to send number 44 in Kate Ruley, the senior, here to the free throw line. Ruley has played in all games this season, a 50% free throw shooter at the line. Her first free throw, able to rattle home there. Comes into this one, averaging 5 points per game here for Grace, the 6-foot junior center out of Northwood High School. The second one is up and no good. And so McKnight will get it off to Gizzy, and the freshman will bring it up ahead now here for St. Francis. With it at the top of the key. Dish off to Culberson. Look down low here to Madden. Double team brought on Madden. A little size advantage down low here for Grace as they're running both of their bigs with Kaylee Patton and Kate Ruley on the floor here in this contest. And Culberson's fouled as she hits the triple, and she'll head to the line to shoot one here for St. Francis. And the official's going to have a discussion on that far side, and I think you count the basket as that foul came on the shot. And so that foul is on Kenzie Ryman. That's her first and the team's second. Julia Mantilla will come on, and she'll replace Reagan Pate. And so it'll be an inbound on that far side now for St. Francis. So an extra possession here for the Cougars as they're going to count the basket. And so it'll be an inbound here for St. Francis on that far side as Carly Culberson We set to inbound here for the Cougars. 7:26 left to go here in our second quarter of action. And the official's going to have a discussion here once again, as I think they're going to say she was fouled after the shot. And I believe that is the call. And so Kate Ruley will pick up the foul. And that's going to be her second. And so it'll be an inbound on that far side. They do count the basket, though. And so a 2-point lead here for St. Francis. Have a chance to extend it here with 7:26 left to go in our second quarter. They'll put 20 seconds on the shot clock. And so it'll be Gizzy to McKnight. Let's see if St. Francis can take advantage of this extra possession here and try to get some points on the board. As Mantilla, the dish down low. Here to Madden. She'll put it off glass and gets the bucket. And so they do indeed. And so Grace checks out one of their bigs in Kate Ruley. And then St. Francis brings in Julia Mansella. And so two bigs now on the floor here for St. Francis, as they have been running them on and off with one another, Mansella and Madden. And so they're both on the floor now, so a little bit of size advantage here for the Cougars. With 7 minutes left to go here in our second quarter of action. It's an inbound underneath for Grace as the foul is called on Carly Culberson. They get it in there to Hawk. She goes up and gets the bucket. And so it's Culberson who gets through traffic off glass and draws the contact. And so Carly Culberson will head to the line to shoot. As Patton will pick up the foul, that's going to be her second and the team's third. And so Kaylee Patton and Kate Ruley both with 2 fouls. So both the bigs with 2 fouls each here early in our second quarter of action. As the first free throw is hit there by Culberson. Culberson, a junior, off the bench here for St. Francis. An outstanding one. She is a transfer out of Lander University. The junior out of Yorktown, Indiana, comes into this one averaging 6 points per game, a 73% free throw shooter. She misses there on the second. And so possession will come down now here for Grace, as it's Ryman who will have it now here at the top of the key. This is off on that far side wing. They'll come back to Ryman. Culberson jumps in front of it and is able to take it away. That is something you got to love about Carly Culberson on the defensive end here for St. Francis, as she can jump a lane very, very quickly. Very athletic off the bench here for head coach Jeremy Henney and the St. Francis Cougars. As they go far side, McKnight watches the three, couldn't get that to fall. Nice box out underneath there by Grace, as Patton corrals the board. Hand off to Hope. No skip on that far side now to Maddie Ryman. Ryman gonna bring Madden out. Had a look there down low as as Madden came out to guard Ryman there on that switch and creates some traffic down low, and a foul is going to be called. It'll be on Culberson. That's going to be her second and the team's third of the quarter. Ruley and Ryman come on here for Patton and Marshall. And then Carly Culberson will check out with those 2 fouls. And she'll be replaced by the freshman and number 14, Taylor Fordyce. Reagan Pate will check back in as well, as St. Francis now going to roll out a little bit of guard action as Grace brings off one of their bigs. And so St. Francis will as well. As the free throw from Hulk, high arcing one, is up and good there from the freshman guard out of Plymouth, Michigan. 11 points per game here on the season. 65% free throw shooter from the line, hits 1 of 2. And so it's Gizzy who will bring it across the half-court line. She'll have it at the top of the key now here for the Cougs to Pate. Pass there in the corner now to the freshman and Fordyce. Back to Pate. Skip up top. Gizzy now with it here for St. Francis. Fordyce runs underneath, dishes it off to Mansella. She'll go up top now to Gizzy. 5 seconds on the shot clock. She'll launch a jumper. Nicely done there. Isabella Gizzy hits the jump shot for St. Francis. Kenzie Ryman now with it here for Grace as Mantilla stepped out defensively over the screen. But Grace able to maintain possession. Nice hands up defense there, splitting the lane. And out of bounds / touch by the Lancers. And so possession will go back to St. Francis. As head coach Dan Davis letting the officials know if you're going to call it one way, you got to call it the other. As that is what he wants here in his 6th season with the Lancers. Led them to their first NAIA national tournament last season for the first time in Grace program history. As Fordyce launches a jumper, couldn't get that to fall. And McKnight got banged up underneath. But possession comes down here for Grace. As the drive down low, Maddie Ryman gets the bucket. And it's Gizzy. Far side, down to McKnight. With it here, 4:20 left to go here in our second quarter of action. Gizzy skips it off up top. Now here to McKnight on that far side, and a foul is going to be called. It'll be on Maddie Ryman. It's going to be her first, team's 4th. And Carly Culberson will check on here for St. Francis as she replaces the freshman and number 14, Taylor Fordyce. And it will be Chloe McKnight, the junior leading scorer here for the Cougs. Comes into this one averaging 13 points per game, an 80% free throw shooter with a quick free throw, 1 dribble, and pulls it up and hits the first of 2. McKnight, one of those fast 3 free throw shooters. She'll just put it on the deck one time and launch it up, and she knows what she's doing here in her junior season with St. Francis as she hits them both. And quickly up the floor, little combustion here on this near side with the St. Francis defenders. And it's a quick bucket there for Morgan Hawk for Grace. Culberson now with it here for St. Francis. It's got to be careful playing with 2 fouls here for the Cougs. Mantilla here near side. She'll hit the triple. And it's Maddie Ryman who will bring it up ahead now here for Grace. With it on that far side of wing. She'll skip here near side. Extra pass in the corner. Here now to Morgan Hulk. Hulk looking to drive. Culberson with another takeaway here for St. Francis, but McKnight had it poked from behind. Nicely done there by Kate Ryman. And a foul is going to be called. And if that's on Culberson, that's her 3rd. And they're going to call it on Reagan Pate. So that'll be her first. And we'll get a timeout called by the Lancers. We will take one with them. 3:11 left to go here in our second quarter. You're watching the Crossroads League quarterfinal here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Back here live from the Hutzel Athletic Center as it is a 5-point lead here for the St. Francis Cougars. 3:15 left to go here in our second quarter of action. And so it'll be an inbound underneath here for Ryman and the Lancers. Started the clock a little early. My apologies here as Murphy will have it. Skips on that far side now into the hands of Kenzie Ryman. Rowley skips cross court. The 3-ball attempt is no good. And board is tipped up. Ali Madden able to corral it here for St. Francis. Isabella Gizzy will dish it off now here to Carly Culberson. as Allie Madden makes her presence known back into the contest. She replaces Chloe McKnight. Oh, Culberson had it poked away by Ryman. A tie-up is called. Jump ball. Possession will stay on this end here with St. Francis. Inbound here for Culberson. She'll get it in. Now to Gizzy. Back to Culberson, who will have it on that far side wing, and she'll move it to the top of the key. Tried to dish it down low to Mantilla, poked out of bounds, and that's the last touch by Grace. And so 2 seconds will be on the shot clock. You think it'll be a quick trigger 3 here for the Cougars, as it'll be Carly Culberson who will inbound for St. Francis. Gets it into Mantilla, turnaround jump shot, no good. And the board comes down now here for the Lancers. As they are with it on that far side, the dish off to Rowley. And Madden ties her up, jump ball called. And possession will stay on this end here with the Lancers. 15 seconds on the shot clock here, as it'll be an inbound underneath here for the Lancers. To Ryman. The drive, nicely done there. She hits the off-balance floater. And so it's the Cougars now with possession, as Culberson will bring it up ahead. Gizzy will now have it on that far side. Pate skips here near side to Culberson. Tried the dish down low there to Madden. Over the head of her, out of bounds. Possession will go back to the Lancers. Score update, Marion ahead 36-23 on Goshen. And so the winner of this one will either travel to Marion or host to Goshen on Friday. But Marion, the number 2 team in the nation in the NAIA rankings, looking to keep a great historic season alive here for the Knights, as they're ahead 13 on the Goshen Maple Leafs. And so foul is going to be called on Gizzy. That's her second. And so substitutions will be made, as Taylor Fordyce will check on. Chloe McKnight comes in as well. They replace Carly Culberson and Isabella Gizzy. And so it'll be 2 shots here from Ryman, as her first free throw is up and no good. Maddie Ryman, the senior, first team All-Crossroads League last season, making her presence known for that this year. 16 points per game, an 84% free throw shooter. Hits the second and makes 1 of 2. And so it'll be Fordyce. We'll bring it up ahead now here for St. Francis. With it at the top of the key. Mantilla to Madden. Our side now to McKnight. Mantilla, dish off. Madden slipped away from her, but McKnight luckily able to corral it. Had Ryman facing the other direction. And so it's Pate. Far side to McKnight. She'll launch a 3. Got it. Chloe McKnight hits the deep triple for St. Francis. And so 52 seconds left to go here in our second quarter of action. Ruley skips all the way across court. And Mantilla will pick up a foul. That's going to be her first and the team's 5th. And so that is going to send Grace to the charity stripe. It'll be number 21 and Peyton Murphy, who will be at the line. 8 points per game, 77% free throw shooter. Hits there on the first free throw. Now with 3 points on the night here for the Lancers. Second free throw from her. It's off the back end of the iron, no good. And so it'll be Fordyce. We'll bring it up ahead now here for St. Francis. Across the half-court line to Mantilla. Madden, far side now to McKnight. Back to Mantilla. The dish down low. Madden, far side. Pate, corner 3. No good there. Rattles in and out. And Rowley comes down with the board. And Grace can hold for the final shot here, as 22 seconds remains here in our second quarter of action. And so Ryman will have it on that far side. Clock now down to 10 seconds. Ryman guarded by McKnight. Madden will come out. Ryman will take it to that far side. Dishes off. Running floater down low on the baseline. It's up and good there for Morgan Hoke at the buzzer. And she'll make it a 2-point game here at our halftime break. St. Francis 31, Grace 29. You are watching Crossroads League quarterfinal here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Back here live at the Hutzel Athletic Center at St. Francis 31, Grace 29 here at our halftime break. Let's go ahead and run down the halftime stats here for you. First, for the Grace Lancers, shooting 55% from the field. It was Morgan Hoke who led the way with 11, and Maddie Ryman with 7. Kenzie Ryman with 5, Peyton Murphy with 3, Kaylee Patton with 2 points, and then Kate Ruley with just the 1 point off the bench for the Lancers. They shot 1 of 3 from beyond the three-point arc, 20%, and then they shot a total of 6 for 10 from the charity stripe, 60%. Meanwhile, for St. Francis, shooting 50% from the field, it was Isabella Gizzi with 8, Chloe McKnight with 8, Julia Mansella with 5, Allie Madden with 4. Off the bench, it was Carly Culberson with 4, and Taylor Fordyce with 2. The Cougars shoots 6 of 13 from beyond the arc, 46.2%, and then 3 of 4 from the charity stripe at 75%. Taking a look at the rebounding battle, it was St. Francis with 11, and then Grace with 10 rebounds. Steals, 3 for Grace and 2 for St. Francis. 8 turnovers is the factor. Cougars with 8 of them, and then Grace with 2 turnovers. Taking a look at the foul trouble, Isabella Gizzi, Carly Culberson, and Emily Parrott, all with 2 fouls each for St. Francis. And then Julia Mansella, Allie Madden, and Reagan Pate, all with 1. The Bigs, and Kaylee Patton and Kate Rowley with 2 fouls each for Grace, Maddie Ryman, and Peyton Murphy, both with 1 foul each there for the Lancers. So taking a look here at the Crossroads League bracket, it is our halftime scores. Marion ahead 36-28 at the halftime break. They're out at Marion. University of Marion were to hold on to win. The winner of this one will travel to Marion and this Friday. But if Goshen were to somehow pull away with the victory, the winner of this one will host on Friday. Spring Arbor in Huntington. It is the Foresters ahead 34-28 on Spring Arbor, and then Indiana Wesleyan taking care of business against Taylor. They're ahead 65-31. They're at halftime out at Indiana Wesleyan. So a 2-point lead here for the Cougs. We'll step away. You're watching the Crossroads League quarterfinal here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Back here live from the Hutzel Athletic Center, it'll be St. Francis with the basketball here to begin our second half of action. And it will be Emily Parrott who will bring it up ahead. Scoreless there in the first half. Checked out early with 2 fouls for the Cougars. And a travel is called down low on Madden here to begin our second quarter of action. And so it'll be Grace with possession. The Lancers will have it. It'll be Kenzie Ryman who brings it up ahead now for Grace. Moving right to left here on your screen. Meanwhile, the Cougs will move left to right. Dish down low. Here to Patton. She'll kick here near side. A 3-ball on the way. Off the rim there for Ryman. And it will be Parrott who will bring it up ahead now here for St. Francis. Across the half-court line. Far side now into the hands of Mansella. Gizzi with it here near side. Back to Mansella, the dish. Now off to Parrott. She'll look to go in down low. Dishes off to McKnight. Nice find there. She goes up and gets the bucket. And so McKnight, the junior, now with 10 points here so far for St. Francis. Mansella got a piece of that one. Instead was going to look for it and instead came back to her defensive assignment. And so it will be Grace with a 3-ball there Rattles off the rim for Morgan Hoke, leading the way for the Lancers there in the first half with 11 points. Gizzy to McKnight here near side. We'll go back to Gizzy, the freshman here with it. Has made an outstanding presence here for St. Francis in the past few games here for the Cougs. Madden dishes up top now here to Mansella. Off to Madden with it here near side. She'll launch a jumper, couldn't get it to fall. McKnight tried to save it, and Madden did not follow her shot, and so that one rolls out of bounds, and it will be possession now with the Lancers. Ryman will have it on that far side wing. Skips here. They're able to get it off now here to Morgan Hope. Dishes far side. Pass in the corner now to Ryman. Ryman looking to drive. Kicks out here near side. Patton will launch a three, and it rattles its way home. And so a 1 point lead now for the Cougars. 7:50 left to go here in our third. McKnight back up top to the freshman here in Gizzy. To McKnight with it here near side, guarded by Ryman. Gizzy, the wood down low. Parrott tried to get it over top there to Madden, and it was poked away by Hoke. Patton looking to run the floor. We'll hand off now to Ryman with it here on this near side. Skips up top. They'll move it to Kenzie Ryman. Mansella jumped out on her. Instead, they'll dish over top, down low, and the bucket is good there for Peyton Murphy, and she gives the Lancers the 1 point lead. Gizzy, the freshman, now with it. Off to McKnight. She'll launch a three and gets it on the other end. And so it is Ryman who will have it now here for the Lancers. Hulk with it here near side. Mansella jumped out on her. They'll skip it far side. Three ball on the way. It is no good. Mansella got boxed out and hit the deck hard. Second chance opportunity. The bucket is good underneath there for the Lancers. It's number 21, and Peyton Murphy gets it. And so it's Gizzy to bring it up ahead as Mansella hit the deck hard here for St. Francis, making her way back into the play. So St. Francis looking at a 4-on-5 here for them as Gizzy able to quickly get back. Ryman off glass, couldn't get it to fall, and McKnight comes away with the board here for St. Francis. She'll have it on that far side as trapped. Tried to get it off top here to Mansella, and an over and back will be called, and possession will go back to the Lancers as Fordyce and Culberson will check on here for St. Francis as they replace Emily Parrott and Julia Mansella. And so St. Francis, total 4-on-5 there with Mansella a little banged up, and she's able to make her way off, and it will be possession now with the Lancers on that far side, knotted up here at 36 all. It's Patton with it, blocked out of bounds there by Madden, and so possession will stay on this end here with the Lancers. As it'll be an inbound underneath here for Ryman. Gets it in. Patton's called for the travel. And so possession will go back now to the Cougars. Here knotted up at 36 all. McKnight. This is it off now far side. Gizzy gets it ahead now to McKnight. Back to Gizzy, the freshman here with it. Culberson. Up top, now Gizzy. Back to Culberson here near side. She'll launch a three. Couldn't get it to fall. Fordyce able to keep it in bounce on that far side here for the Cougs. The freshman with it. The drive splits the defenders. Goes up and gets the bucket. Taylor Fordyce, the freshman, with the score for the Cougars. Now with 4 on the night. Skip here near side. Three ball on the way. Rattles in and out. And McKnight comes down with the board here for the Cougars. It'll be Fordyce who dishes off now here to Culberson. Look to Fordyce. Back to Culberson, far side. She'll launch a three. Got it. Carly Culberson hits the triple. And so Carly Culberson drains it, nothing but net, and gives the Cougars a 5-point lead. Look inside to Patton. She'll go up strong, couldn't get it to fall, and the board comes down for St. Francis. Fulberson quickly up ahead. She is tied up. Actually has it ripped away there by Ryman. Up ahead to Hulk. Off glass. Couldn't get the finish. Madden comes down with it. And it is the Cougs who come the other way. Fordyce with it here near side. Back and forth basketball. And head coach Jeremy Henney telling the Cougs to slow things down a little bit as they have some time. That one poked out of bounds from behind there by Grace. Underneath. Came off the hand. Last touch there by Murphy. And someone inbound here for St. Francis with 16 seconds on the shot clock. It'll be Fordyce who will inbound for the Cougars. McKnight with it up top. She'll move it and a handoff here to Gizzy on this near side. Look to Madden with it. She'll launch a jumper. Couldn't get that to fall. And a board underneath, and Chloe McKnight hit the deck hard. Foul is going to be called on the floor. And it will be... We'll see who they call it on. The officials having a discussion underneath, and they're going to call it on number 3, Maddie Ryman. And so that'll be her second, team's first of the quarter. And so it'll be an inbound underneath here for St. Francis. Ruley will check on here for Patton, a replacement of the bigs for Grace. And it will be Fordyce to inbound underneath to McKnight. She'll launch a 3. Got it. It's Chloe McKnight with a deep triple. Are you serious? Wow. A deep ranging 3, and that forces Grace to take a timeout. And I think Chloe McKnight thought the shot clock was going to expire there, so she just launched it up and hit the triple. And it is St. Francis with an 8-point lead, 3:50 left to go here in quarter number 3. You are watching the Crossroads League quarterfinal here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Back here live from the Hutzler Athletics Center as a triple hit here on this near side from Kenzie Ryman out of the timeout called by Grace. And so now only a 5-point lead here for St. Francis. As it's McKnight. Look to Fordyce, the freshman, looking to drive. Skips here near side to Gizzy. And she'll look to drive, and a foul is going to be called. Here with 3:19 left to go. Here in our third, foul is going to be called on Becca Marshall. That'll be her first and the team's second of the quarter. And so it'll be Fordyce, the freshman, who will inbound for St. Francis. McKnight, look to Madden. Skips here near side. Gizzy back up top. McKnight will launch a 3. Got it from the top of the key. Chloe McKnight drains the 3 ball. And we're going to get a foul called on Gizzy. That'll be her third, team's first of the quarter. And so it'll be an inbound here now for Grace. That's 2:58 left to go. One of these teams is going to punch their ticket to the semifinal in the Crossroads League tourney. And one of these teams is going to end their season here at the Hutzler Athletic Center tonight. Offensive foul is the call there on Morgan Hoke. And that is going to be her first, team's third. And head coach Dan Davis not too pleased by the call there from the official, as he is giving him an earful after that call, as the official was right in front of him. And so he gives it to him. Either way, the official not going to change his call, and it will be St. Francis with possession. Madden up strong. She gets the bucket. As Reagan Pates on the dish here, replacing Isabella Gizzy. She comes in and makes her presence known with that dish. Now up top here for Kenzie Ryman. Look there on that far side to Murphy. Check it, Murphy with it here now. Dishes it off. The jumper on the way from Rulli is no good. Murphy with a nice board down low and count the basket. And oh no, travel is called on that far side by the official. And so it will be possession. It will go back to St. Francis. The foul was not called. It was a travel violation. And so it'll be possession now with St. Francis as Molly Long and Kaylee Patton check on here for Grace Fordyce, the freshman. Nice move. She gets the bucket. Taylor Fordyce, I tell you what, an outstanding freshman here for head coach Jeremy Henney and the St. Francis Cougars, making her presence known here in her freshman season. Off the bench, she'll be one to watch here for this Cougars squad in years to come, as a foul is called underneath here on St. Francis. That's her second on Reagan Pates, as Emily Parrott will check on and she'll replace Reagan Pate. Maddie Ryman will come on here for Grace and replace Morgan Hoke. And so the first free throw is hit there by Murphy. And so it is possession now with the Cougars, as Parrott will have it at the top of the key. Off to Fordyce, the freshman looking to drive, trying to split the defenders again. Oh, that looked like it was the last touch by Grace, but that is not the call on the floor. The officials will give possession to the Lancers, as Fordyce trying to split through the double team. And so they're going to call it last touch by her, so possession will be with the Lancers down 11 with 1 minute left to go here in our third quarter of action. A foul is called. It'll be on Allie Madden, and so that'll be her second and the team's third foul. And so that is going to send number 21 and Peyton Murphy, the junior, back to the free throw line here for the Lancers. As the first free throw is up and good there for her. And the second one is no good, and so possession will now be with St. Francis. As Parrott up top to McKnight. She'll launch a three. Got it. It's Chloe McKnight with the top of the key triple, and she hits another one here for St. Francis. That is her sixth triple of the game here, folks. McKnight, an outstanding deep range shooter here for head coach Jeremy Henney and the St. Francis Cougars. And nothing hits there on that shot at the top of the key, and so possession will go to St. Francis here with 22.6 seconds left to go here in our third. It'll be Parrott who will bring it up ahead for St. Francis. No shot clock here. She gets it across the half-court line with 15. Parrott to McKnight with it. Ryman got a fouler. And so it'll be an inbound here for St. Francis as Maddie Ryman picks up her third foul. And she'll check out of the contest, and in for her will be number 2 and Morgan Hoke. And so it'll be McKnight who will inbound for St. Francis. Gets it into the freshman here in Fordyce. With it up top. Drives down low. Fordyce throws up a shot and draws the contact, and so she'll head to the line now to shoot a pair here for St. Francis. As Patton will pick up the foul, that's going to be her third and the team's fifth of the quarter. Isabella Gizzi will come on, as well as Reagan Pate. They'll replace Carly Culberson and Allie Madden. And so it will be a pair of free throws here for the freshman, Taylor Fordyce. 6 points here on the night so far. First free throw is up and good there for her. Tell you what, Fordyce comes into this one averaging 10 points per game and 83% free throw shooter. The freshman out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, Carroll High School native, hits them both. Having an outstanding freshman season here for St. Francis. As Murphy gets it across, she'll launch a jump shot at the buzzer, no good. And that is the end of our third quarter. It is St. Francis 56, Grace 41. One more quarter to go. Who will punch their ticket to the Crossroads League semifinal? We'll find out momentarily. You are watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Ten minutes left to go to see who will punch their ticket to the Crossroads League semifinal. It is St. Francis 56, Grace 41. As we get set to begin our fourth quarter of action, a foul is called and a hoop and harm here for Morgan Hoke, and she'll head to the line now to shoot one here for Grace. Foul is called on Chloe McKnight. That's just her first, and the team's first of the quarter. Score updates here. Marion ahead 58-36 on Goshen. So kind of looking like the winner of this one will travel to Marion for the semifinal contest on Friday evening at 7 p.m. Who will do it? We'll find out. As Pate with it here for St. Francis to McKnight. Here near side, triple no good. And the board comes down now here for Grace. As it's Kenzie Ryman who will have it here for the Lancers. Moves it here to this near side of wing. Dishes it up top. Now here into the hands of Morgan Hoke. Murphy looking to drive down low. She'll go up. Couldn't get it to fall. Board came down to her. It's loose on the deck. Hoke comes away with it. She'll launch a three. No good. McKnight with a nice board there for St. Francis. And Parrott up ahead to Pate. Back to Parrott here near side. Pate, one of two seniors on the roster here for head coach Jeremy Henney and the St. Francis Cougars. The other one, Fatima Valente on the bench here for St. Francis. As Madden tried to dish down low there to Parrott, and that one goes out of bounds. And so it'll be possession that'll stay here on this end with the Cougars. Maddie Ryman will come back on here for Grace as she replaces number 14 and Molly Long. McKnight, another deep triple, couldn't get that to fall. And that one's going to go out of bounds, and it will be possession. We'll go back to the Lancers. McKnight is just having one of those nights, though, here for the Cougars, where she is just killing it offensively. 22 points on the night here for the junior. And so Taylor Fordyce will come on here for St. Francis as she replaces Reagan Pate, the senior. Ryman will have it now. She'll move it to that far side of wing. The dish up top, now here to Hoke. Ryman, Kenzie Ryman that is, to Hoke. The jumper on the way. It is no good. Board battled for it. It's a 4-on-1 down low. There, St. Francis defensively. Nicely done to corral themselves around the glass to pick up that board. And so it'll be Parrott who skips here near side. Madden off to Gizzy in the corner, the freshman. Off to Parrott. And trying to get it up top. And a 30-second call down low will be called on St. Francis. And so possession will go back to the Lancers. Here with 7:55 left to go here in quarter number 4. Murphy to Ryman with it up top. The dish down low. Coming up strong. Nice finish there. Kaylee Patton gets the bucket. 11-point lead. Check it. 10-point lead here for St. Francis. And a timeout will be called by head coach Jeremy Henney and the St. Francis Cougars. And we will step away. You're watching the Crossroads League quarterfinal here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Back here live out of the timeout here from the Hutzel Athletic Center. It is St. Francis with the basketball here as Parrott will have it at the top of the key. Gizzy the look down low, now here to Madden. And couldn't get that to fall. And it is Grace who comes away with possession. Ryman skips it at the top of the key. Look there on that far side. Get it back here near side now to Ryman. As the drive from Hoke down low, and a foul is called. As that foul is called on Chloe McKnight. That's her second, team second. And so it will be Hulk at the charity stripe here for Grace. Hits there on the first free throw. Cuts it down to a single-digit game, a 9-point lead. Now here for the Lancers. Second free throw for Hulk is up and good. And so it is St. Francis now with the basketball ahead here by 8. As it's Fordyce with it here on this near side of wing. Extra pass far side. And a 3-ball is hit there by the freshman Isabella Gizzy. Drains it from deep. St. Francis having an outstanding game from beyond the arc here tonight. Shooting 11 of 21 from deep. As the drive down low there. Patton on the other end. She gets the bucket. And so it's Parrott. Now with it here in the corner, Gizzy, another triple. Got it, the freshman with back-to-back triples for St. Francis. Are you serious? Gizzy drains it from deep. And the look. Skip here. Ryman, extra pass. Hulk will launch a 3, no good. And the board down low underneath here for Emily Parrott. She'll have it. At the top of the key, going to try to slow things down a little bit. St. Francis enjoying a 12-point lead. Gizzy now going to look to drive. They had her for an open three. Instead, they go back. Far side now to McKnight. Parrott with it up top. 10 seconds on the shot clock. She'll get a screen here from Madden. Gizzy in the corner. The look down low. Try to get it to Madden. Slipped in and out of the hands of her. And it's going to be Murphy who will move it up ahead now here for Grace. Off glass. Nicely done there. She gets the bucket. Gizzy ran up the floor, and it was Parrott who was looking for somebody to inbound to. Didn't have a guard with her. And so Fordyce comes back and corrals it. She'll have it now here for St. Francis with it up top. No direct traffic as Parrott with it. She'll look to go inside. Offensive foul is called on Emily Parrott. And so possession will go back to the Lancers. As Carly Culberson will check on here. Parrott will pick up her third foul. And so it's Parrott. And so it'll be an inbound here for the Lancers. We have reached 4:35 to remaining here in our fourth quarter of action. And a foul is going to be called. And an inbound underneath here for Grace. As they skip it. And they go to Hoke. Now off to Ryman. 3 seconds on the shot clock. She'll launch a step back jumper. No good. And it's Fordyce who comes away with it for St. Francis. The freshman will slow things down a little bit here for the Cougars. Ahead by 10. It's Parrott who will have it at the top of the key for St. Francis. Over to McKnight with it far side. Now off to Fordyce, the freshman. Almost had it poked away from behind. Instead, we'll skip here near side to Gizzy. Gizzy looking for somebody to go to. Goes far side to Culberson. Step back jumper. Three ball, no good. That one hit the backboard. So St. Francis maintains possession as McKnight underneath. But a timeout is called here by head coach Jeremy Henney. And the St. Francis Cougars will step away. You're watching the Crossroads League quarterfinal here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Back here live from the Hutsville Athletic Center. It'll be an inbound underneath here for St. Francis. As they're going to get a towel to do a little mop-up duties here before the inbound right underneath the basket. Nicely done on the lookout there from Kaylee Patton. The senior for Grace trying to keep her season alive as they're down 10 with 3:32 left to go here in quarter number 4. It'll be an inbound underneath here for Gizzy with 19 on the shot clock. Get it into McKnight, who will have it on that far side. Look down low here to Madden. She'll go up strong. Couldn't get that to fall. And the board will come down low. And Grace came down with the board cleanly. But they're going to call a foul on Carly Culberson. And so that'll be her third of the team's fifth. And so Grace will be shooting free throws. Still head on the other end. And it'll be Kenzie Ryman who will head to the line now for the Lancers to shoot a pair with 3:24 left to go here in our fourth. Ryman's first free throw is up and good. Kenzie Ryman, the junior, comes into this one, averaging 9.5 points per game, 68% free throw shooter on the season, couldn't hit the second, and so it is Fordyce. Comes down with possession here, as a little bit of a full court trap being picked up here by by Grace, and head coach Jeremy Henney is forced to call a timeout. And so he'll have one remaining as the full court press causing a little bit of issues there. And you're watching the Crossroads League quarterfinal here on the Saint Francis Cougars Network. It'll be an inbound here for Chloe McKnight and St. Francis as they get it into Culberson. And the St. Francis faithful wanted a foul called, but did not get it. And so Culberson gets it back on that far side. Look underneath here to Madden. That one goes out of bounds, and possession will go back to Grace here with 3 minutes left to go. We're in our fourth. Emily Parrott will come into the contest here. She replaces number 10 and Carly Culberson. And so it'll be Hoke who will bring it up ahead here for Grace. Under 3 minutes left to go here in our fourth quarter of action. As the drive down low, bucket is good. And so Grace going to head immediately into that full court press as it's Parrott who splits through two defenders, able to get it up ahead here to Fordyce, who breaks the full court press. Now it's up top here with Emily Parrott, and off to McKnight. With it here now back to Parrott on this near side wing. The junior, the dish off to Fordyce. Looking to drive down low. Fordyce spins, hangs, got it. Taylor Fordyce hits the bucket. And so it's Ryman. Quickly the other way. Now down to 2:10. Left to go here in our fourth quarter of action. Hoke skips up top. Patton will launch a three and couldn't hit anything. That one goes out of bounds, and possession will go back to St. Francis. And so the 1-2-2 full court press will still be picked up here by the Lancers as they'll inbound to the freshman and Fordyce. Off to Parrott. Parrott and Fordyce played high school basketball together, so they know how one another work very, very well, and getting some experience here on the collegiate level together as well. Parrott will have it at the top of the key. Far side to McKnight. Look down low. Far side now to Madden. She'll get it off to the freshman here in Fordyce. Parrott with it underneath. She'll move here near side. Couldn't get that to fall. And so 1:30 left. It's a lead here for St. Francis. Has the drive and one, count it. Bucket is good. There down low for Kaylee Patton as she moves into Madden and draws the foul. And check it, they're going to call that foul on McKnight. And so that'll be her third, but we'll get a timeout here called by Grace before that free throw opportunity. You are watching the Crossroads League quarterfinal here presented on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Back here live at the Hutsville Athletic Center Crossroads League quarterfinal matchup. The winner will travel to Marion from what it's looking like on Friday to play there in the semifinal at 7 p.m. They're out at Marion University as they are taking care of business against Goshen here tonight. And so Patton's one opportunity is up and good. And so Marion ahead 71-45 on Goshen. There with 4:58 left to go in the fourth. As they get it up ahead, the freshman Gizzy off glass, nicely done. St. Francis breaks the full court trap, and they get the bucket. Isabella Gizzy now with 16 on the night here for the freshman. And a foul is called. It's going to be on Chloe McKnight, and that'll be her fourth. And so Chloe McKnight has got to be careful here. They cannot lose her in this contest here. With only 1:13 left to go, though, 22 points on the night for the junior. As Hoke at the line, first free throw is up and good. The high arcing shot there from Hoke. Hoke, the freshman, comes into this one averaging 11 per game. Here with now 18 on the night here for Grace. And it is a two-possession game as it'll be Fordyce, the freshman, here with it. She'll break it up ahead. Off to McKnight. Their far side. Thought about launching the three. Instead going to slow it down here a little bit as they'll get it to Parrott. Now off to Fordyce. The freshman goes down low. Madden up and under. She gets the bucket. And a delay of game, I think, will be called on St. Francis. Or I don't know if they're going to put more time on the clock. We'll see what the official word is. And yeah, I believe it was just a delay of game look on the call for. Oh, they're going to put 1.8 seconds on the clock. So it is 56.8 seconds left to go here in our fourth quarter of action. And nicely done there by McKnight to move all the way up the floor. She had some time and force Hoke to pick it up so their time doesn't expire. But the three ball hit here on this near side there from Murphy. And so it'll be an inbound for St. Francis. As Fordyce, three people on her. She'll move it off to Parrott. Up ahead, McKnight, far side. Will now get it off to Fordyce and leave it up top here to Parrott. Gets the defender to jump. Far side Fordyce, now to Parrott with 15, and Parrott is fouled. And there is 35 seconds on the clock. My apologies here. Doing a little double duties action, running the clock as well. As Cohen here play-by-play here tonight. And so 20 seconds on the shot clock. There's a 15-second difference between the game clock and shot clock. As they get it into Fordyce, the freshman. And she is fouled brutally on that far side. And so that is only the second team foul on Grace. So they still have three more fouls to give before St. Francis will shoot free throws. And so McKnight will now inbound on that far side here for St. Francis. And so she'll look to get it in here. They get it in here to Fordyce. She's fouled quickly. And so the clock now down to 30 seconds. And so that is the third team foul. The foul is called on number 10 and Kenzie Ryman. And so two more fouls to give here for Grace. And bound will come here from the junior and McKnight. As they get it into Fordyce. Fouled quickly once again. And so 29.8 seconds on the clock. Head coach Jeremy Henney for St. Francis with one timeout left. Meanwhile, Grace with two timeouts. They'll inbound now to Fordyce, and she is fouled once again quickly. And so 28 seconds will be on the clock here, and it's going to send the freshman to the line, looking to make this a three-possession contest if she can hit them both, but could still keep it at it too. She misses one and makes it one, but it'll have to be two three-pointers. As that one rattles in and out there on the first from the freshman. 83% free throw shooter on the season. Fordyce, her second free throw, rattles in and out, so missed them both, but the board is an offensive one here for St. Francis. Chloe McKnight gets it, and she drains the triple there before the foul is, or excuse me, after the foul is called, showing a little gamesmanship here tonight. Chloe McKnight, the junior, 22 points. And Carly Culberson will come on here and replace Allie Madden. Culberson will check on and try to make a little bit of a faster athletic lineup here for St. Francis. They'll have all guards on the floor here with 24.6 seconds left to go. It'll be Chloe McKnight who will shoot a pair here for St. Francis. The hot hand here tonight for the Cougars. McKnight is 6 of 11 from beyond the arc. She is 2 for 2 perfect from the free throw line. Has only shot one other shot, and it was a deep 2 ball here. But other than that, all triples. And a little broadcaster's jinx as she misses on the first, and now is 2 of 3 here on the night. Her second one is up and good, though, and it makes it a 6-point game. So still a 2-possession timeout is called by Grace. And we will step away. You're watching the Crossroads League quarterfinal here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Back here live out of the timeout called by Grace. 24.6 seconds left to go here in our fourth quarter of action. We'll see if the Lancers can try to keep their season alive or if they're going to go home, and St. Francis will make the travel next week, or excuse me, on Friday to Marian University. And so an inbound here with 20 seconds left, and a timeout is going to be called by head coach Jeremy Henney into the St. Francis Cougars. That'll be their final time out. So we will stay here with you as we'll look at the score. Marian ahead 78 to 47 on Goshen. So they're out to a 30-point lead. So it looks like the winner of this one will travel to Marian on Friday. Spring Arbor picked up the 71 to 57 victory over the Huntington Foresters. So they advance to the sectional semifinal and will take on Indiana Wesleyan, who picked up a huge win, 114 to 262. So the number 2 team in the Crossroads League moves to the semifinal, and they will host the Spring Arbor on Friday. Meanwhile, Marian with a 30-point lead awaiting the winner of this one, and that game will be played at Marian on Friday at 7 p.m. Championship contest is set to take place on March 4th, and so that will be on Monday at 7 p.m. So this will be the last home game for St. Francis of the regular season / Crossroads League tournament. And so we'll see if they can try to take advantage of it and move on to the Crossroads League semifinal. It'll be an inbound here from Emily Parrott, 20 seconds exactly on the game clock here as they get the inbound here to the freshman in Gizzy. And she is fouled quickly with 18.9 seconds left to go. Foul's called on Peyton Murphy. That's her third. And so substitution as Maddie Ryman and Kenzie Ryman will check on here for Grace. It'll be the freshman, Isabella Gizzy, to head to the line to shoot a pair. Her first free throw is up and good. Gizzy having a tremendous second half of the season. She has gotten over 10 points in every single one of the last 5 games here for St. Francis. The freshman providing some tremendous offense in the starting job here for head coach Jeremy Henney and the Cougars. Board underneath to McKnight. And so 8.1 seconds left to go And Saint Francis with a 6-point lead, and it is looking like they are going to move on to the Crossroads League semifinal on Friday, 7 p.m. out at Marian University. It'll be McKnight, the superstar in this one, 23 points on it. She'll be at the line to shoot a pair. Her first free throw is up and good, so makes it a 3-possession contest. And McKnight's second is up and good as well. And a timeout is called by Grace with 8.1 seconds left to go. Taking a look at what we got in store here for the men's side of things on the Crossroads League tourney. As Grace, the number 1 seed in the nation on the men's side of things, they will host Taylor University, the number 8 seed, tomorrow. All these games scheduled for tomorrow. Bethel will be at Marion, Spring Arbor at Huntington, and St. Francis will head to Indiana Wesleyan. 7 p.m. matchups tomorrow at those respective areas. And so 8.1 left to go here in our contest. Both teams now with 0 timeouts left. And so it will be an inbound on the far side here for the Lancers. It'll be Peyton Murphy who will inbound here for Grace on that far side. Oh, McKnight ran into Patton, and McKnight is going to be called to foul. It's so Chloe McKnight will foul out with 5 fouls, but she has 25 points on the night, and she's leading her team away to victory here into this one. And so to be Patton, who will shoot a pair here for Grace. 8-point lead for the Cougars. Patton's first free throw is up and good. 73-66 is our score. Patton's second one is up and good as well. So a 6-point lead, 2-possession game. Parrott will inbound here for St. Francis. Gets it in quickly to the freshman in Fordyce, and she is fouled super quick. And so the freshman will make the walk down to the charity stripe here for St. Francis. Becca Marshall will check into the contest as number 10 and Kenzie Ryman, the junior, fouls out of the contest with 9 points. Here for Grace, it'll be Taylor Fordyce who will head back to the free throw line to shoot a pair. On a shot to make it a 3-possession game. First free throw is up and good there for the freshman. So Fordyce now with 11 on the night here for the Cougars. Pair of freshmen, Isabella Gizzi and Taylor Fordyce, doing outstanding things here for St. Francis. As it's the Lancers with possession. One more final look. Ryman will launch a 3, no good. Gizzi will bring down the board, and that is going to be our final. And so the St. Francis Cougars had advanced to the Crossroads League Tournament semifinal. They win this one 75-67 over Grace, and they will travel to Marion on Friday at 7 p.m. Let's go ahead and run down the final stats here of this one from the Huntsville Athletic Center. It was Chloe McKnight who led the way with 25, Isabella Gizzi with 18 points, Taylor Fordyce with 12, Allie Madden with 8, Carly Cooperson with 7, and Julia Mansella with 5 for St. Francis. Meanwhile, for Grace, it was Morgan Hoke with 20, Peyton Murphy with 16, Kaylee Patton with 14, Kenzie Ryman with 9, Maddie Ryman with 7, and Kate Ruley with 1 for the Lancers. So we're going to get our post-game prayer here momentarily. And so we'll run down the final stats here. Now 25 of 45, shooting 55.6% here for St. Francis. They were 13 of 24 from beyond the arc at a 54.2% and 12 of 16 from the free throw line. Meanwhile, for Grace, it was 23 of 52 from field goal range, 44.2%, 4 of 18 from beyond the arc, 22.2%, and 17 of 24 from the free throw line, 70% here for the Lancers. St. Francis with 17 turnovers, Grace with 4. And then offensive battle on the rebounding side of things. It was St. Francis who wins the rebounding battle by 11, 32-19. We thank you so much for joining us here all season long from the Hutzel Athletic Center here for St. Francis Cougars basketball. The Cougars are the winners, and this one 75-67. They advance to the Crossroads League Tournament semifinal at Marion on Friday at 7 p.m. We thank you so much for joining us here for the Crossroads League quarterfinal on the St. Francis Cougars Network.